Evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Eagles cricket ground number 1 for the Six Nations tournament, which is played between Pakistan United and Nepali Gorkhali Rhinos. This is the 11th game of this tournament, and with me here I have the captain of Pakistan United and Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos, and two of our umpires, Mr. Bilal and Mr. Mohsin. Along with me is my co-presentator Pooja, and it's a toss time now. Pakistan gets flips the coin. A is the call. A is the Congratulations for winning the toss. What have you elected to do?
We'll bat first.
Any particular reason behind it?
See, our batsman was scoring good runs, and few of our batsmen still saying that they want to keep this momentum going on and they want to keep on scoring runs. So we'd like to continue with the last match.
So we are in this tournament on the second part of it, where 3 league matches have been over. So last 2 league matches to be played. And to be honest, both the teams are standing on almost the same position, where they have won 2 matches and lost just a single match. So it's very crucial for both the teams to carry from here on. Any particular strategy on it?
I have to know this thing before, so situation that is not really all the teams have their good players and they have great players as well. So we're looking forward to so we don't try to do any kind of experimenting. So we are just thought about winning, and that's it.
And I have seen that you have been watching this tournament closely, you have been watching the previous tournament closely about the team as well. This is the same team that you had played the game yesterday. And what do you reckon, what do you talk about this pitch, the outfield, the ground conditions, the tournament, something that you want to share your thoughts on?
Yeah, definitely see how we set up what has made this tournament so beautiful, and obviously the three grounds are beautiful among a lot of ground in Dubai and Sharjah. So hats off to them, and along with Ahmed and Rizwan are also working so hard, so thanks to them as well. And talking about this ground condition, it's very beautiful, the pitch is so good and batting friendly as well. Sometimes the wind disturbs, that's not an issue over there, otherwise it is very good.
Just the last question, what is the total that you think you want to put on the board?
The bowling lineup are good, so we have not thought to go up above like 200 runs. We have also upgraded good bowlers, so if we give them target of 180, it will be more than enough for us.
Thank you so much, and all the best for the game. Assalamualaikum, and hard luck for the toss. If you had won, what you would have done?
It's not going, I'm going to ball first like the previous matches because we had to do the chase. That's why it's not going so easy. I'm going to my same side. Inshallah, Allah will do the best.
You have answered most of my questions in this, but sorry, just a question which I asked him, what is the target that you are trying to set? But on the fielding side, as you said, you have the same side, you are very strong, and for last couple of matches, you're bowling first and restricting the team to a decent total. So, is that the same strategy that you would like to carry on, or any particular changes in your mind?
Yes, when you are going to a bowling, you have a plan to stick the team in a low total and let your batsman go easily. That's why the same plan, we are going in our full strength and we will stick the 150, 160 like that the previous match.
Once again, as I told, we are in the second part of this tournament where we have already finished 3 league matches. Now we are entering into the next league where it would be easier and clearer for everyone that who is going to be topping the table. So both the teams are playing very good cricket so far, and it's neck to neck. So, as a team, any strategy, I would also like to talk about the outfield, talk about this particular facility that you're playing in, how it is for your team.
Yeah, this is a good facility in the ground. I've played many matches there previously, and we see there is a regularly total above 200. That's why we are in the mind team we restrict the team to down to the 200. That's why we are going with the same plan, bowling and everything with the basic cricket, and we'll be using that 150, 160.
Thank you so much and all the best. And from the center, Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos have won the toss and they have elected to bat first.
यो थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका यो थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचरा वीरहरूका रगतले स्वतन्त्र अचल ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो भूमि नेपाली भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छन् विशाल
Welcome everyone for the game number 11, which is played between Pakistan United and Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos. The toss was won by Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos and they had elected to bat first. So Danish, Pasha and Mohsin. That's a full length delivery, beautifully picked up shot, played it towards the long on boundary and have to wait the signal from the umpire. It's a maximum to start the proceeding for Danish Pasha. And the second delivery that he faced, it was a bit over-pitch delivery and reacting quickly, plays it beautifully towards the long on region for a maximum. So this is the power play which is going on and the bowler Umar Farooq is the right arm medium pace bowler. Good delivery here, just punched it down the ground towards mid-on and they take a quick single here and change of strike. That's a good batting by Danish, good cricketing brain I would say. After hitting the ball for a six, changing the strike. Now Mohsin would be facing the first delivery. The two fielders outside the 30-yard circle is long off and deep square leg. That's a block hole delivery, but outside off. The batsman getting the bat down but missing it, and that ball goes into the gloves of keeper. So a dot delivery. Not much of a pace, but he's not giving too much of width as well. Once again, a block hole delivery. That's a big shout for LBW and was a shy at the stumps as well. And there's a chance. The non-striker batsman Mohsin wanted a double but sent back by Danish. So Mohsin opens his account with a single here. So there was a bat involved. Taking his body out, the ball was onto the leg stump and he had to just guide it toward the leg side and the ball races towards the boundary wide of deep square and they take a boundary to the end of over. So over number one finishes at 12 on the board now, 12 for no loss. So now the new bowler Irfan Kayani, he is a well experienced player in UAE who is playing his 923rd match and he has 743 wickets, which is huge in the 2020 format in UAE, and the best figures of 5 for 37. First delivery, a bit over pitch, played it to the point. There was a slight fumble. It could have been a casualty for team Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos. The non-striker had already come almost half the pitch, and if the fielder would have collected it cleanly, there could have been a chance of a run out here. So, fortunate for Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos, they survived. Once again, a full length delivery, played it beautifully above the head of the bowler and the umpire, and the ball sails it outside the ground for a maximum. In fact, beg your pardon, it is a one bounce into the boundary for a 4. That's a beautiful shot by Danish Pasha. If you see his stance, he's standing waiting for the ball, just taking his front foot out and punishing the full length delivery. That's a good delivery, a good length delivery, and there is a bit of a shape as well, well left by the batsman here. So not attempting any shot. He knows if he gets a faint edge, it could cost him a wicket. So he leaves it alone. That's a good length delivery once again, but this time down the leg side, and goes straight to the keeper, a wide given by the umpire. So one more run added to the total in the form of extra. Once again a full length delivery, played it nice and straight, no foot movement this time, standing tall and playing it straight just past the bowler. Bowler had one hand on towards it, but just away from him, and the ball races to the boundary, long off boundary here, and one more boundary being added here, and the score moves on to 21 in 22, beg your pardon, in 1.4 overs. That's a banged in shot, played it towards the deep extra cover, but beg your pardon, deep square leg, and the either fielder will cut it off and just cut it down to a single. Play it towards the fine leg, there is a fielder there, and Mohsin doing the right thing, taking single and giving it back to the batsman who is in form. But that's the end of over number 2, 24 for no loss. swing and a miss. There is a half-hearted appeal here. The ball was away from the right-hander. Wanted to play it up and above. There was no connection, and the ball goes to the keeper. No damage here for both the team. That's flick of a wrist, played it towards deep mid-wicket area. And piercing the two fielders, deep square leg and deep mid-wicket, exactly between them, and the ball races towards the boundary. I believe the deep mid-wicket fielder could not judge, or probably he missed the ball in between, and the ball went into the boundary for a 4. Once again, almost a Yorkland delivery, but equally well played here, opening the face of the bat and guiding it towards the point region, and the ball races to the boundary once again. 2 back-to-back boundaries, so they have a good start. .32 already on the board. That's played up in the air. There's a fielder going on behind. What a blinder here. He had to go back at least 10 feet back, and just it was dying about him, and he had one hand on the top, and the ball sticks into the palm of the fielder there, and the first wicket goes for Team Nepal, Gorkhali Rhinos. That was a blinder of a catch here. .32 for 1, and Mohsin has to walk back after scoring 11 runs of 8 deliveries. So new batsman Ashay Madni, 52 matches, 1,516 runs with a healthy average of almost 40 and a strike rate of 133. So he would be facing the first delivery here, and Umar Farooq would be Bowling his next delivery. So first wicket has gone down for Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos. The first delivery just played it on the ground for a single, and he opens his account here. So the score 33 for 1. That's again a pitch delivery, just nudged it down the ground towards short mid wicket area, and they take a single. So that's the end of over number 3. 34 for 1 is the total. That's played toward the mid-wicket area. They want to take a double here, but sent back by the new batsman here. And rightly so, it could have been a suicidal run. And takes a top edge just onto the fine leg region. It was kind of a bouncer delivery. The batsman wanted to pull, but takes an outside edge, top edge I would say, and goes above the keeper and fine leg fielder. Couple of bouncers into the boundary. So a boundary has been added in the individual score of Ashai and Nepal Gorkhali Red. And there is a big appeal. And yes, it is a leg before. I think there was a height or outside impact, maybe. So it goes towards the gully fielder, and they take a quick single. So one run added to the total in the form of extra. The score moves on to 40 for 1 in 3.3 overs. That's again a good line delivery. Just puts it down, and there's a chance for an out. Oh, that's a direct hit here. Have to wait whether it goes. And yes, it's out given by the umpire. That was a mistake by both the batsmen. In fact, from the non-striker end, he quickly started running when the ball was just on the pitch, and the bowler picks it up and throws it back to the stumps. It was a direct hit, and the second wicket goes. It was definitely a suicidal run. I don't understand why the batsman had to run when the ball was going straight into the hands of the bowler here. So they have gone upstairs as well. The batsman has taken a DRS. He wants to see if he has made the ground. So we are waiting for the third umpire's decision. third umpire decision has come, and that's the wicket here. It was definitely not required from team Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos. It was the ball was still in the crease and went straight to the bowler. He just had to hit the stumps, and for the likes of the player like Irfan Kayani, he would hit the stumps 9 out of 10 times, and today was his day, and he hit the stump, and the batsman Ashaya has to walk back after scoring 5 runs of 3 deliveries. Once again, a good line delivery. This time pushed it towards the point region. The is the shy at the stumps, but they make the ground here. So they take a single. 3.5 was the 41 for 2. And the new batsman Ashab Hussain, the wicket-keeper batsman of Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos, he is a left-handed batsman. So now for the team Pakistan United, they have to adjust the fielding based on left-hand, right-hand combination. I believe it has clipped the pad, or the bat has to wait and watch. It is the leg bye given by the umpire. It was onto the leg side, just clipped and went towards the fine leg region, and they take a single. So end of 4 overs, 42 for 2, going at a run rate of 10.5. That's a good delivery. Just onto his pads, just pushed it down the ground, and they takes a single here. Just a single. So now after 2 wickets have been fallen, team Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos have been a bit cautious, not taking too much of risk and dealing in singles here. There is a fielder, Irfan Kayani. In the last over, he had a direct hit onto the stumps and sent the batsman Ashay back into the pavilion. So the batsman knows about it, and they do not want to take more risk when the ball goes into the hands of Irfan Kayani. Once again onto the leg side, he just had to get some bat onto it, and he does it well, and the ball races towards the fine leg boundary. So Ashab Hussain opens his account with the boundary. In fact, he had a single before, so 5 runs of 4 deliveries with the boundary. That's onto the pad. That's a big appeal, but there's nothing coming from the umpire. Moves away from the stumps, which means he does not, he is not interested in the LBW appeal here. I'm sure it must be going down the track, down the leg side. So the batsman survives here. Both the umpires, both the officials officiating this match and this tournament ECB level 1, well experienced Mr. Bilal and Mohsin. That's almost a Yorker delivery, just pushed it towards the point region and takes a single. The running between the wicket is immaculate. Now, they are dealing not much in boundaries. They want to build some partnership here. They're dealing only in singles and doubles. Current partnership of 10 of 8 deliveries, and the 5 overs have been completed. 50 on the board, 50 for 2. That's a beautiful delivery, hitting the deck hard, climbing onto the batsman, wanted to pull it over square leg region, but takes an inside edge and goes straight to the keeper. So the batsman survives here. That's a beautiful shot, going on one knee, waiting for the ball to come on him, and plays it beautifully towards the forward square leg area. Once again, a beautiful shot towards the mid-wicket area. The ball was a little bit over-pitched, and he doesn't make a mistake here, and that ball sails over for a boundary here. That's a good stroke making by Danish Pasha. He is batting brilliantly here, 35 of 17 with 4 boundaries and 2 maximum. This time onto the leg side, and the batsman for the likes of Danish has to just get a bat onto the ball. He does it beautifully, and the ball races towards the fine leg area for a boundary. That's a bouncer, and the batsman jumping on his heels and played it towards the point region, but the ball travels, and this is the 3rd boundary back to back from the bat of Danish Pasha. "18 runs are already coming off this over. Last delivery left. That's a good delivery. He played it back to the bowler here. So a dot delivery to end the over. So 3 fours and a maximum, and 2 dot deliveries. 18 runs of this over. 68 for 2 after the completion of 6 overs. So end of power play. A sigh of relief for the captain here. He can spread the fielders. 5 fielders can be kept outside the 30-yard circle. that's a good shot, but there is a fielder there. Now the batsmen have to, because after the power play, the field has been spread. The batsman needs to take a calculative risk here. So the new bowler, Rizwan Amanat, who is bowling left arm around the wicket now for the right-hander. A good shot here. It was almost open delivery, pushed it towards the long off region for a single. What a shot here, the ball going toward the boundary. That's a boundary. That's a boundary. Could not stop the ball. It's a 4. So there they can see a bit of turn after pitching. They take the batsman just guiding it towards backward square leg area, and they take 2 runs for this. Again, pitching onto the off stump and coming onto his body, played it towards the square leg, and they take a single. What a beautiful shot here, just opening his body and played it towards the third man and a deep backward square leg. And they take 2 runs. That's a good running between the wicket as well. So that's the end of over number 7, 79 for 2, going at a run rate of 11.29. And Danish Pasha already batting on 46 of. So new bowler Awais Mughal comes into attack. Last match he had taken, I guess, 3 or 4 wickets. First delivery, low full toss, it straight, takes it on knees here, almost close to the knees of the bowler. It must be some in. But they take a single here. 7.1, 80 for 2. That's a good shot, but there is a fielder coming underneath it. And is it? No, he drops it. Slight misjudging the ball. He was comfortably underneath it, but he saw as the ball is dying in front of him. He had a dive, but could not collect it cleanly. And that's a chance for Danish Pasha. He's batting well here. It could be a costly drop for them. A slower delivery, bit overpitched, and the batsman just blocking the ball here, not trying to hit, and a dot delivery. Goes again an overpitch delivery, played it towards the long off region, and they take off for a single here. Onto his pads, pushed it towards the mid-wicket area, wanted to take a double. Two was the call from the start, but the fielder was quick enough, running from the deep, collecting the ball and throws it back to the bowler. They keep it down to just a single. Just opening his body, playing it towards the long on region. And what is this? It was a chance here, and there was a dive by the batsman. The fielder there was a bit slow in throwing the ball, and because of that, they take 2 runs. So 8 overs, 85 for 2. Playing it towards the deep covers and taking a single here. With this single, Danish Pasha moves on to 49. The last over was a decent over, giving away just 6 runs. That's a low full toss, played it towards the forward square leg area, deep forward square leg area, and the fielder there cuts it off and throws it back. They take 2 runs. slower in the air, wanted to slog sweep it, takes an inside edge, goes on to his pads, and the ball stays on the crease. No chance of a run here. A dot delivery. That's well played, played straight towards the wide, long off region for a single. Played it down once again, goes straight to the bowler's knees here and they take a single. With this single, Atanish Pasha completes his 50 of 26 deliveries with 6 boundaries and 2 maximums. Good game by Atanish Pasha here. And that takes an outside edge, goes past the 2 fielders, backward square leg and the third man, and piercing it beautifully, and the ball races towards the boundary. So that's the end of 9 overs, 94 for 2. So always Mughal comes back into the attack. He is a right hand medium pacer. That's a beautiful shot. Over pitch delivery, a little slower, and it is into the parking lot. What a beautiful shot. That's Danish Pasha for you from Nepal, Gorkhali Rhinos. After his 50, now he wants to change his gear and he wants to score big. And the first delivery that he faced dispatches it beautifully. That's a full toss delivery, and there's no power onto it. Plays it towards long on region. Have to see if there's any signal from the umpire. I think so. They are going upstairs to see if that is no ball, height, waist height, no ball. It takes an inside edge onto his pads, dot delivery here. So the second delivery was a legal delivery. It was not a no ball. So, but the batsman would be thinking he missed on to this opportunity. It was a juicy full toss. That's an open delivery played up Paisley in the air. One bounce to the long off fielder. And they take a single here. So last two deliveries from the far end, the ground number 2 end. And then there will be a side change. Oh, I think so. He missed it. There was a big swing here. It was a good delivery. Wanted to play bit slower, but missed and goes straight to the keeper. A top delivery. The last delivery of this over. The last delivery of the 10th over. Once again, a swing and a miss. This time, the ball rising onto him. He thought the ball would stay a little So it's a boundary signal by the umpire. So the ball goes towards the third man region for 4. That's a played in the air. Fielder, no. Just bouncing in front of the fielder at wide long on. And they take a single here. So end of over number 11. 102 for 2. Wanted to cut it hard, but no connection there. Rizwan Amanat, the left hand orthodox bowler, coming back into attack, bowling over the wicket for a left-handed batsman. That's an open delivery, takes an inside edge, going towards the square leg area, and they take a single. So that's a slight change in field. Slower in the air, goes on one knee, want to play it towards the mid-wicket area. There's no connection whatsoever. You can see a bit of bounce. The bowler, a tall bowler, so he gets some pace and bounce as well. Again, slower in the air, but this time gets a sweet connection, and the ball goes above the mid-wicket area for a maximum. Danish Pasha wouldn't miss on such opportunities. So just one delivery before he missed the connection, but this time exactly went on one knee, same position, and played it sweet shot towards the mid-wicket area for a maximum. Coming down the track, played it straight, but there is a fielder, misfield by the fielder there. He had reached but could not collect it cleanly, and the ball goes into the boundary. So a boundary after a maximum here from Danish Pasha. Banged in short, but played towards the mid-wicket area, and they take for a double here. A good running between the wicket, a slight misfield, and the batsman capitalizing onto it takes 2 runs. So end of over number 12, 125 for 2, 13 runs coming up this over. So good start, good run rate for Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos here. With this, the projected score is 208. That was way outside off stump. The batsman reaching onto the ball and played it towards the deep point region. And there is a fielder there. He will cut it off and throws it back to the keeper. Just a single. Slow in the air, a fuller delivery and hits it straight towards the wide long on region. Meanwhile, they take a single, two singles, and the captain of Pakistan United would be okay with singles here. That's played up in the air. The fielder coming underneath it. One juggle, second juggle takes the catch. And that's a good catch under the lights, I would say. The ball was in the air for a long time. And a tall fielder on the long on. He just had to keep his hands up and grab the ball. There was a slight bit of juggle here, the first juggle. But in the second attempt takes the catch. So Ashab Hussain has to walk back. So the wicket number 3 for Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos. Ashab Hussain goes back after scoring 33 runs of 27 deliveries with 4 boundaries. Raja Jamshed is the new batsman, the right-handed batsman. So now both the batsmen, right-handed batsmen on the crease. Oh, that was a fuller delivery. Batsman had a big swing, no foot movement though, and no connection. The ball spun a bit and goes into the keeper's gloves. No run here. Once again, a slow delivery, but pitch delivery, and the batsman does a good thing here. He just opens his body and plays it towards long on region for a big maximum. That's in the air. Fielder coming underneath it. Oh, just misjudging it a bit. And the ball goes past the wide long on region for a maximum. So 2 maximum for Raja Jamshed in his 3 deliveries faced. A good batting by him here. So 13 overs, 139 for 3. That's banged in shot. Rare to see a spinner who would bowl a bouncer. So this was kind of a bouncer here, coming on to the chest height of the batsman. So taken by surprise and no run. Now this one is a slower delivery, and the batsman with the likes of Danish Pasha wouldn't miss such kind of a delivery here. Over pitch, slower, waiting, goes on one knees and plays it over the wide long on for a maximum. Coming down the track, and the bowler who has a wide experience sees that and balls onto his leg side, and the batsman was cramped for room. No run here. Once again, now that is the fielder. Oh! Just above the fielder's head here, and the ball races to the boundary for a maximum. What a shot here by Danish Pasha, playing over the long off region, just above the bowler's hand, fielder's hand, I would say. What is this happening here? This is the third maximum coming from his bat. Goes on one knee and plays it beautifully. What a batting display by Danish. And with this maximum, he enters into his 90s here. 90 of just 43 deliveries. That's the seventh, sixth coming from the bat of Danish Pasha. What a player. Just opened the face of the bat and played it towards the extra cover, sweeper cover region, and they take a single. $14 overs, 158 for 3. So the team Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos are living up to their name here. As you know, Gorkha means they are representing like loyalty, never give up attitude, and bravery. So they are batting exactly like that. And you are all aware of what Rhinos can do. They are known for their strength and resilience. So Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos are batting exactly to the name here and living up to the name. That's a quicker delivery, but way outside of stump. The batsman had to reach onto the ball, but no connection, and a wide given by the umpire. Nadeem is the new bowler, so he is bowling from the commentator's end. Clean, nice run-up, short run-up though, but a good pace generation. Once again, pitch delivery. That is a big shout of caught behind, but it was only from the keeper, not from anyone else. So that's, I would say, survival for Danish. Missed an edge. It could have been a casualty here. This time banged in short, played it towards the wide long on region. They want to take double. No, they stop and just a single here. 160 already on the board. They are going nicely. Just an low full toss, takes an inside edge, goes towards the fine leg region, but this time fielder will cut it off and they take 2 runs. Once again, almost a Yorker and delivery, wide Yorker, takes an inside edge, goes towards the forward square leg area and just a single. That's up in the air. The keeper coming underneath. Is that a casualty? No! That's a drop chance here. What is happening? And the batsman survives. It's, I think so, the 4th time in this inning here. And he is into his 90s. This is called nervous 90s. And he moves on to 94. So it was a catch. It's a regulation catch. And for the keeper, I would say it's an easy. He has the gloves in his hand and he almost reached the ball. Getting his bat down on time and placing it to perfection toward the point region, and the ball races toward the boundary. What a batting here by Danish Pasha. It was a wide Yorker and he gets his bat down on time and placing it to perfection. He moves on to 98 here. So end of over number 15, 169 for 3. Just to remind you, this is the first team, Nepalese team, to be fully sponsored, and a big kudos, I would say, and a credit goes to 2 members of this team, Dipankar Dangol, who is the captain, and also Captain Ganesh Thapa. So they have sacrificed a lot of time, energy, money, and for building up this team. And this team are living up to their expectation and making the teams proud. In fact, both the members who created this, Dipankar and Ganesh Thapa, they are making them proud. That's a side arm action bowling and clean, and the batsman wanted to play big, takes an outside edge and goes toward the 3rd man region for a boundary. Now the runs are coming thick and fast, and the score, the current run rate have shot up to 11.41, and projected score here is 228. This could be a big score if they achieve. That's played up in the air, the fielder trying to come underneath it, but falling short here. And so just a single. So just takes an outside edge, and this goes towards the point region for 2 runs. And with these 2 runs, Danish Pasha completes his century. It's a 1-run shot given by the umpire, yet he scores a century. The batsman had to reach onto the ball. It was way outside off. So a wide delivery. That's a hit hard and wide of long off fielder, and the ball races towards the boundary. That was a pure power, I would say, more than the timing, and but played all down the ground. This shows how quick the outfield is, and a big I would say congratulations for Eagles sports staff for making such a beautiful ground, such a beautiful facility, and such a quick outfield, a good pitch to play with. Every match they can see a score of over 200, which shows that's again an almost block hole delivery, but the batsman is keeping himself inside the crease, plays it towards the long on area, and the bowler could not collect the ball cleanly, and they take 2 runs. So one more run added into the score. Played it towards the long on. A good fielding there by Rizwan Amanat, the fielder there. He had to dive and stop the ball. Just a single here. That's a full toss delivery. What a shot. He had to guide. He knows where the fielders are. Where the fielders are at the boundary and inside circle. Plays it towards the backward square leg area. Deep backward square leg area for a boundary. That's a grounded helicopter shot from Danish Pasha. Goes towards the mid-off area and he goes for a single here. So with this single, 190 on the board. That one's again onto the pads. And the batsman with just flick of a wrist plays it over the deep mid-wicket area for a maximum. The second maximum coming of this over. Beautiful shot by Raja Jamshed. He is batting brilliantly here. He is batting on 33 of just 12 deliveries with a strike rate of 275. So always Mughal comes back into the attack. The last game he had 4 wickets. So have to see in this game, how many more wickets he can take. Yorker, slower Yorker, I would say. Get the bat down on time and gets an inside edge, goes towards the forward square leg, and they take a single. What a shot by Raja Jamshed. Waiting for the ball. It was a slower delivery. Over pitch delivery in the slot. He just opens his front foot and plays it on the wide long on region for a maximum. And this time he opens the face, he opens his body and dispatches it outside the ground into the sands here. What a shot. 6. Not outside the ground, it's outside the park. Or I would say it's almost 20 meters away from the ground here. He plays it towards mid-wicket area. Wants to, but good fielding and a good throw here. So keeps it down to a single. So end of over number 18, 213. Beg your pardon, there is a one more delivery left. That's a full toss delivery, but was on the offside, played it on towards the long on, and they take a single. So that's the end of 18 overs, 213 for 3. 17 runs coming off this over. What a shot here. Now this one also being dispatched outside the ground. This was a good line delivery. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but it was pure class by the batsman here. He had a pace and dispatches it towards the deep square leg area for a maximum. Way outside the off stump, but it's a dot delivery. Good delivery, I would say. Good comeback. Not giving a chance for the batsman. Once again, standing tall, played it towards the deep mid wicket area for a single. Going down the leg side, a wide signal by the umpire. One more run added to the total, 221 for 3 in 18.3 overs. Now again opens his body, plays it up and about the wide long off field for a maximum, and Raja Jamshed completes his 50 in just 17 deliveries with 6 maximums and 2 boundaries, going at an unbelievable strike rate of 317. What a clean striking by Raja here. 18.4 overs of 227. Once again, but this time there is a fielder, Rizwan Amanat, and he takes the catch cleanly here. So it went directly to the fielder there, and after playing a blistering knock, Raja Jamshed walks back to the pavilion with 54 of just 18 deliveries. New batsman Inam Khan, who is playing his 138th match with 2,356 runs. With him still at the crease, Danish Pasha, who had come as opening batsman, still at the crease. Will he carry the bat along the innings here? I recollect one proverb seeing this batsman. Good things come in small packages. That is exactly what reflects his Danish Pasha. First delivery, Yorkerland delivery, played it down the ground, and the batsman going for 2 runs. Now the field, oh, there's again a misfield, just a single. So end of over number 19, 228 for 4. That's played up in the air. There is a fielder coming underneath it, and he takes the catch comfortably. He was looking a little uncomfortable, but at the end grabs the catch, and Inam Khan has to walk back after scoring 1 run. His stay was minimal here, 228 for 5. That's a swing and takes an outside edge, goes towards the point region. That goes for a boundary. Played it straight to the bowler, and the bowler stops it. Just dot delivery. So last two deliveries of this inning, 233 already on the board. Two more deliveries left, so have to see how many more runs can be added. That's a good shot, but there is a fielder there. He will cut it off for sure. Just a single. Good bowling by Irfan Kayani at the death. 20th over, keeping the set batsman silent. Take some talent here. Water running here. He is not tired at all. Batting from ball number 1 till 20 overs and running like a cheetah, I would say. Water running between the wicket. 2 runs we taken where it was just a single. It's a good running between the wicket and end of the innings here. 236 for 5 and team Pakistan United requires 237 in the allotted 20 overs. We'll take a short little break and come back for the chase. Welcome back to the chase here, and the first delivery down the leg side, wide given by the umpire. So wide plus 4 runs, so 5 runs added to the total without even a delivery ball. That was a good delivery, good leg delivery onto the pads, just pushed it back. Once again down the leg side and wide given by the umpire. Good take by the keeper there. Just a flick. It was onto his pads, going down to the backward, deep backward square leg area, and goes for a 4-year. So good start for team Pakistan United. Just in 2 deliveries, 3 deliveries, in fact 2 deliveries, 10 runs on the board. Onto the pads, played it up in the air. Have to see just one bounce. Gone for a 4-year over the long on field. A good start for Team Pakistan United. Rizwan Amanat, who is a very good batsman in his 3 matches. He won century and 2 half centuries. This time played it towards the backward square leg area for a single. That's a good line delivery onto the pads, the flick of the wrist, going towards the deep backward square leg area. Have to see whether it has crossed the boundary line. No, it's a couple of bounces and it goes into the boundary line here. So dream start for Team Pakistan United. 19 so far in the 5 deliveries balled. What a start. And they need to start from ball number 1 as they are chasing a big total. They need 237, just opening the face of the bat and the ball racing towards the boundary or towards the third man area, and that's boundary number 3. In fact, boundary number 4 of this over. 23 for no loss in 1 over. A good start for team Pakistan United. A very costly over comes to an end by Vishnu Shrestha. So new bowler Raja Jamshed, he had a good day with the bat today. How he will do with the ball is yet to be seen. That's up in the air. The fielder coming underneath it has to. Oh, that's a chance here. It was straight onto him. The fielder was comfortably underneath it. The ball was in the air for quite some time. And that's a drop chance. Dropping the batsman for the like of Rizwan Amanat means it could prove very costly for team Nepal Gorkhali Rhinos here. This time, once again, played in the air. Two fielders trying to convert it. No, this time again falls in a no man's land, just away from the fielder. So in two deliveries, both the time Rizwan Amanat plays in the air. And it was dangerous. One time it was a straightforward catch which was dropped. This time it was a difficult one. Oh, that's way outside off stump, wide given by the umpire. There is an appeal from the keeper, but I believe there was no connection whatsoever. Swing and a miss, goes straight to the keeper. Rizwan Amanat trying to play and want to capitalize on to the power play. This time missing it completely. Good over so far by Raja Jamshed. Two chances and two outside edge being missed here. So he did brilliantly with his bat. Now he is doing it with the ball too. That's almost a full length delivery, but this was played beautifully towards wide long on, and the ball races towards the boundary. That's a good late delivery onto the pads. The batsman on heels plays it towards the backward square leg area and the boundary. That's played it towards the deep mid wicket area, and a single. So end of over number 2, 35 for no loss. That's a excellent shot, and the ball is out of the ground, long off, out of the ground here. So Ganesh Thapa, the captain, comes into the attack, and the first delivery is one Amanat plays it towards the long off outside the ground. That's a short delivery, good thinking by the bowler here. Lovely delivery, and carries on to the keeper. Not much of the pace here, but the batsman wanted to play towards the square leg area, and no connection, just a dot delivery. That's a slower short delivery. The batsman with the cross bat plays it towards headed towards the extra cover region for a boundary. That's a short delivery and what a shot here. Wide long on. Goes for a maximum. Rizwan Amanat has come with an intent here and he is taking the ballers to the cleaners. 36 already of just 15 deliveries. Once again towards the deep mid wicket for a boundary. So 20 runs of this over. So suddenly the score moves on to 55 in just 3 overs, going at a run rate of 18.33. What a batting by Mansoor. It was onto the pads, flick and goes towards the deep third man area for a boundary. He is dealing at boundaries here. The 3 boundaries of his 3 deliveries. 12 on the 12 is his personal score. Once again, played it onto the leg side, but there is a fielder now. So they just keep it down to a single. That's taken an outside edge, taken a single here. Once again onto the pads, wanted to flick it, but takes a leading edge, but lucky that it didn't go to any of the fielder. Stays at the crease, dot delivery. Just guiding it towards the third man area, the gully area, but there is a fielder there, but they take a quick single. So one more run on the total. That's a beautiful shot all down the ground towards the long on area for a single. Resham is the new bowler. Right arm medium pacer. So 4 was 63 for no loss. Going at a run rate of 15.75. Required run rate dropping from 11.8 to 10.8. Slow delivery. Played it straight. And missing by Whisker. Just 4.
लैपटॉप का मुश्किल सीधा लैपटॉप में ना आ जाए।
That was a slow delivery and Rizwan Amanat plays it straight down the ground. A couple of bounces goes into the boundary. Once again a slow delivery but way outside the off stump and the batsman leaves the ball alone and the wide given by the umpire. That's played up in the air going towards the extra cover region. There is a fielder there cutting it off and they keep it down to 2 runs. Swing and a miss, and it is way outside off stump, wide given by the umpire. Once again, a bit wide delivery, played it towards the long off field, just a single. Down the leg side, good thinking by the keeper there, cutting it off well, keeps it down to just a wide. Once again, a wide delivery onto the offside, being a bit wayward here. He is bowling slow delivery, is not giving too much of pace, but not on the line here. That's a big shot by the big man Mansoor. He plays it once he sees the ball is an open delivery, opening his body and playing it towards the wide long on region for a maximum. That's the first maximum coming from the bat of Mansoor. That once again picked up beautifully, played it up and above the white log on once again for a maximum. What's happening here? Pakistan United are batting so well, and the required, the current run rate is almost 18, and the required run rate has dropped down to 10. This takes an inside edge and goes towards the fine leg for a single. So end of 5 overs, 87 for 1. Beg your pardon, it's 87 for no loss. takes an outside edge. It was a slow delivery. It was a fuller delivery, but there was a turn. And that goes towards the third man region, and a single has been taken. That's played straight down the ground. Couple of bounces into the boundary for a 4. And with this shot, Rizwan Amanat reaches his 50. 50 of just 22 deliveries with 8 boundaries and 2 maximum. Oh, what a shot this time. He plays it up and above the deep mid-wicket area for a big, humongous 6. He's played it up and above the point fielder, and that goes into the boundary. So wide down the offside, and the white signal by the umpire. So one more run added to the total, and the score already crosses 100 in 5.4 overs. This time plays it beautifully towards the wide long on, and one more boundary. That's a beautiful shot, and great fielding by cameraman Lucky Bhai, and that's a 6. got a shot here. They are continuing it. They're not stopping from the power play. The end of power play and the first delivery that has been dispatched towards the mid-wicket area for maximum. Everybody, we are talking about Rizwan Amanat here, but I would say Mansoor is playing a blinder here. He is batting with the average of strike rate. Strike rate of over 300. 34 of just 11 deliveries. What a batting display here. 120 already on the board in 6.2 overs. Good delivery. It's a good length delivery, and batsman giving respect to the ball, not playing, just defending it back to the bowler. A dot delivery. That's onto the pads and played beautifully towards the deep backward square leg area. And the ball racing like a bullet. And anything that's coming out from these two batsmen bat, it is going straight into the boundary. Very strong hitting by both the batsmen here. And Rizwan is batting on 73, in fact 77. And in Mansoor on 35. Oh, there is a half-hearted appeal by the bowler for a leg before. It's always very difficult to get a leg before bowling over the wicket for a left-hander. He has to be accurate if they have to get the LBW appeal in their favor. That's a beautiful shot onto the, almost like, went like a trace bullet. A couple of bounces toward the wide long off. So end of over number 7, 128. 18.29 is the current run rate. And the required run rate has dropped down from 11.8 to 8.3. So it's 7 overs, 128, and now I would like to introduce my co-presentator, Pooja. She will take it from here on.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Dipankar comes on attack. Wide signal by the umpire. The first delivery, like a wide. So there's a change in the field. Once again, wide on the offside. 2 back-to-back wide. That's played a pitchly over and the long on fielder for a maximum. That's hard for the fielding team to set the field. What a shot! Played over the wide long on area for another maximum. They are now dealing with boundaries only. So the 5 fielders are outside the 30-yard circle. Played straight toward the long on fielder. Couple of bounces. Collected cleanly. And just a single. So there's a change of the field in a left-hander. What a beautiful shot. Flat 6 over the deep mid-wicket area for a maximum. And he moved into 86. Oh, that's again, it was in the air, over the longer fielder and goes for a maximum just outside the ground, and he moves into his 90s. Played it down the ground for a single. So end of over number 8, 156 for no loss. Going at a run rate of 19.5. Danish Pasha comes on attack. He's a right arm medium pacer. onto the legs and played it beautifully. Just flick of a wrist and the ball races to the fine leg for a boundary. That's down the leg side. That was a good leg delivery, but wide given by the umpire. Played it down the ground for a single. Score moves on to 162 for no loss. A dream start for Team Pakistan United. What a shot. Played towards the cover point region for a single. There's the edge toward the third man, and a misfield goes for a boundary. For this, Rizwan Amanat completed his century. That's the second century of this tournament. What a batsman. What a player. That is Rizwan Amanat from Pakistan United. Played it upishly towards the point for a maximum.
What a batting display here by both the batsmen. 173 of just 8.5 overs. And Rizwan Amanat completes his 100 in just 36 deliveries. Unbelievable innings here. Unbelievable hitting by both the batsmen. And Mansoor is still on 49, but if you see the strike rate, he is more than Rizwan Amanat. 49 of 16. Played it all down the ground. What a shot. Again, the fielder trying to cut it off. But the ball races towards the boundary. That's a 4 again. What a batting here by this batsman, Rizwan Amanat. No power, just pure timing. 9 overs, 177. 60 required of 66, the required run rate. Now below 6. That's played beautifully, and that's the 50 for Mansoor of just 17 deliveries. What a batting here by this big man. He is going at a strike rate of 294. Both these batsmen, almost 300 is the strike rate. 9.2 overs, 9.1 over, 181. I believe there is a mistake by the scorer. The first delivery only done 4 runs. That's played down the ground for a single. Oh wow, that's a block hole delivery, well dug out by the batsman. Played it towards the backward square leg area for a single. A slow delivery, played it towards wide long on, and they take a single here. That's a good delivery, hitting the deck hard and climbing nicely onto the batsman, onto his pads. Takes an leading edge, goes towards the third man area, but just wide of the fielder there. So a single, 185 in 10 overs. Now the equation is 52 required of 60 deliveries. So last 10 overs now. There's a change of side. So we'll take a short little drinks break and come back for the chase. welcome back for the second half of this inning. The chase is on. So these two batsmen water batting here.
Score is now 185 for no loss. Happy comes on an attack now. Played it straight and goes for a boundary. They have a continue where they have stopped. What a shot! Straight onto the hooding. That's a huge six. Once again, it's straight and again a six. So with this six, 200 comes up on the board. And the partnership is also 200 of just 63 deliveries. Played it down the ground. It was a quicker delivery. And a single here. Takes the inside edge towards to fine leg. Just a single. Down the leg side and toward the fine leg region. And it's a white signal by the umpire. I think so. No, it's a bat. So end of 11 over, 204 for no loss. played between the long on. The first ball of Ganesh Thapa, the captain, keeps it down to just a single. Fuller lane delivery, outside off stump, wide given by the umpire. Once again a offside of off stump and a wide. So two back-to-back wide deliveries. Hitting the deck hard, takes the outside edge, goes toward the third man boundary. It goes 211 for no loss. Swing and a miss. The rare dot delivery. No ball. Yes, it's given by the umpire as across the waist height, above the waist height. So it could be a free hit. That's a beautiful delivery. A short ball bouncer. Played it down the ground towards the extra cover region. Down the left side, wide by the umpire. Played it to the straight, bat towards the long on for a single. So end of over number 12, 215 for no loss. That's a good delivery. A Yorker line delivery. Rohan is the new bowler. Right hand, medium pace. That's outside the off stump and wide by the umpire. So one more run added as a wide. That's very high in the air, and three fielder was underneath in the ball, but it was dropped. So second chance for Rizwan Amanat. Takes an outside edge, goes toward the third man for a single. What a shot! There's the fielder, just going above the fielder for a maximum. That's on the leg side, hitting on the pad, and they takes a single. They form of leg back, leg by. Just a flick of the wrist. The ball races toward the deep, backward square leg for a boundary. So end of over number 13, 229 for no loss. Danish Pasha comes into attack. A good delivery, way outside the off stump. making the batsman reach the ball. A dot delivery. That's the good defense. That's a way about the heads high. So wide given by the umpire. And also a warning of height over the shoulder. What a shot over the deep mid-wicket area for a maximum. So now 1 run required to win and 2 runs required for Rizwan for completing 150 runs. What a beautiful shot. And there's the fielder. What about it? And it's a drop and they win the match. It's a single run. They win the 10 wickets. And Pakistan United have won the match. A big congratulations for the team. Thanks for the COMBOX.